Okay. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Quick Sticks. Today, we are finally doing our PLL mock draft, at least rounds 1 and 2.
Yeesh.
TBD if we're going to do rounds 3 and 4. I don't think I realized how difficult this was, even for rounds 1 and 2. I don't know if
This was insanely hard.
later rounds get easier, but this was not easy to
Felt like
do.
homework.
Not at all.
I will say, though, very fun. You realize how deep this class is.
Yep.
When you do a mock draft, and it's even in round 2, I was like, there's still so much talent left.
Yeah.
Kind of ridiculous.
Like some of the best players in college have to go in round 2. That's
why I was like, at the end of the draft, I had to go back and change because I was like, there's no way this guy's not getting drafted.
Me and Sam just were talking about that because then when you change one guy, you had to change another guy, another guy, another guy. So
yeah,
I did that.
So we're gonna get started. So the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna run through the whole draft. Each of the three of us, before we started recording, came up with our own draft. So it's not gonna be like last year when James and I tried to do a combined draft, which was
dude, that was brutal.
We also I don't think we got a single pick right.
No, not even the first one. So, but hey, this year we're definitely
gonna hope for better results this year.
We're definitely gonna get the first one right.
Well, we said that last year.
That's true, but I think
this year it's a more for sure pick.
Are we all unanimous on this one?
Yes.
So for those of you who don't own a television, the Cannons decided to give this pick to the Atlas to trade up for Bubba Fairman, I believe. And I'm assuming we all have Sam Hanley. Can I just go ahead and do this?
We do have Sam Hanley.
We do. Okay. I love it. That's a lock. I want to hear thoughts on, is this the missing link for Atlas to finally make a PLL championship?
I mean, it definitely gets them there. He's a game changer.
He gets them at least to the semis, like 6'5", 215.
That should already be in the semis.
Fair enough. But yes, I think he's like the ultimate target for Chris Gray and Jeff T to feed.
And before we move forward, I do want to tell Sam, drafting for your team was impossible because you guys already have everything you need.
Oh my god,
it was so accurate. It was so hard. I was like, attack.
Short stick.
They have the best deep man. They have right. Yep.
I think we could definitely get some good guys though in this year's draft.
Well, you're going to because there's 8 teams, but that doesn't make our point less true. What is he talking about?
Hope he gets some good guys. Yeah, I mean, I will say that I think midfield is the one place Atlas can improve. Like attack, there's no need to draft an attackman here. LSN they have, shorties they have, defense they kept everybody.
Yep.
For the most part. So, but my God, Sam Hanley on this team
it's scary, man.
Really scary.
But I'm excited.
His game's also like molded for the PLL already.
It is.
He plays bully ball.
I will say, like, maybe Mike Presley comes in and throws a wrench in the plans like Crum did last year, taking Wisnauskas first, and that which everybody thought they would take Chris Gray. So something like that might happen.
Bryce especially laughed at Chrome, but that Logan pick looks pretty damn good right now.
Pretty fucking good.
But I don't know. I don't
know. I don't know if you pass up.
You can't pass up.
It's different. It's different.
Right.
All right. Well, let's move on to pick 2, even though I think this is probably unanimous as well.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Let's go. So James, start us off. Who do you have?
Out of Syracuse, Tucker Durkovic.
I also had Tucker.
Did Sam have Tucker?
I also
had Tucker.
Oh wow. Okay.
Unanimous.
On track. All right.
James, what's the reason for this pick? Why should Redwoods take him?
Honestly, it's gonna sound nuts because they have so much talent, but I feel like he actually takes so much pressure off of their other middies because he's not just an off-ball guy. He creates as soon as he gets on the field. He has range. I mean, I think when we were talking about their quote-unquote stagnant offense, I think he can pull them out of that. So, easy pick.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that they lost Matt Cavanaugh is huge.
Yep, thought about that too.
It's gonna be bigger than they anticipated, I think, that loss. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I think there was just so much focus on Redwood's midfield line that having a guy like Dordovic down low is, I mean, that was their issue last year. Is they just didn't score.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dordovic's a natural scorer. So, I mean,
And he plays attack and mid.
yeah,
So-
he does. Connor Fields.
So like if we, I mean, dude, think about Tucker, Miles, Charlie Bertrand. Come on. It's a
Charlie
problem.
Bertrand. Wow.
That's a problem line.
If he has
Also-
another year like that,
Yes.
that could flip this league upside down.
Still gonna get a goalie, but okay.
Sam, anything you want to add here?
No, not really. I'll just be echo chamber, honestly.
So we are back to the Atlas 2 picks later, which is just fantastic. I think this is where things probably will start shaking up a little bit. So
Okay.
Sam, you're the Homer fan here. Lead us
What
off.
you got? What you got?
I will acknowledge that there are options here with a lot of defenders, and I think that's going to be Atlas's like target position during this draft after they take Hanley. They're going to switch to defense mostly. And with that said, I think they're going to take Brett Makar at number 3. Primarily because we need another like close D guy, another guy who can match up with some of these awesome like, fuck, I'm forgetting his name. Water Dogs attackman. Why am I forgetting his name?
Michael Sowers.
Michael Sowers. We need guys who can guard guys like that, because they're good. Michael Sowers is going to dominate the league unless defenses kind of shift to stop him. So I think Brett Makar is a great close D. He's like Maryland's number 1 guy, guards a lot of the number 1 attack or offensive guys right now. And so he's just used to that like assignment. And coupling that with K Van Raphorst, I think that'll be a good defense to fall back on. And we definitely need that because we can't give up 2s, as we've seen. We can't give up 2s to Concannon right now. So I think shoring up our defense and making defenses or offenses check, he'll be a good ad.
I like it. I don't hate it.
I am curious what you guys like, who you guys think are going to take.
Let's go to you.
Yeah,
I had the same pick.
He did.
nice.
I had Brett Makar for the same reasons, but I was looking at the guys' ages, and I feel like they need to get a little young on defense, especially close defense. So I feel like he brings both.
We have Tucker Durkin, old as hell, like in lacrosse years.
In lacrosse, right? In lacrosse, like
Right.
he doesn't have 5 more years on him.
I think it's just
Cade as well, and Brett can cover both up top and down low. And I mean, to play defense in Maryland, you have to have a great stick and great stick skills. So he can also help in the clearing game, which will help Concannon. So this was actually a pretty easy pick for me. Man, who do you got? Who you got?
I went a little off the beaten path here. So I originally had Brett Makar here, but I switched to Gavin Adler.
I don't hate it.
I
don't.
Rewatching the national championship, so the reason Cornell got to the national championship was because of their defense. They held pretty much every team to under 10 goals.
Under 10, yep.
Gavin Adler, he's like versatile. He can play defense or long stick midi. I do think Makar has better stick skills, but Gavin's right behind him.
Yep.
But I don't know, dude. The way he played in just the entire playoff bracket, I was like, this dude is like, he's just the captain of the defense. He led everything, but I just think he's going to translate better, and putting him in a situation where he's surrounded with guys like Cade Van Raphorst, Tucker Durkin, those guys. I mean, I don't know. I could absolutely see Makar going here, but I think they're going to go Adler.
Wow. I actually love that pick because I saw the kid's stats. He had like 42 caused turnovers or something. So
yeah,
he's undersized, but I think that's
he's like 5'10", but I mean
he's a smaller guy.
That's kind of ideal because they have Tucker for the bigger guys.
But I think it's the speed too. The speed will definitely be an advantage.
Yeah, he's a lot better in transition. Yeah, and I think that's something. Well, Kobe Smith helped a lot with that, but if they need to, they can that transition offense.
Yeah,
I mean that guy's got wheels.
I think a combination of any of these 3, Brett, Kobe, Gavin, like that, those are all problems.
Yeah,
for fast breaks and
but
stuff. So
I definitely think like you said, Sam, after the Hanley pick, Atlas goes defense here, 100%.
Also, I'm sure you guys did. Adler's highlight tape is silly.
It's retarded.
He's
I was watching
great.
this game against.
I mean, so is Makar's though. Like that's the thing. But Makar,
against UVA.
and they're both surrounded by so much talent. It's
True.
It's hard not to be like biased, but their highlight tapes are silly.
I mean, Adler has a lot more in the middle of the field where, Brett's behind the cage. So I think, and we've seen that's really helping the PLL. So
yeah,
good pick. I think it's a good pick. Good pick.
All right. Moving on. Archers are up next. Shout out Bryce. Let's start with you, James. Who'd you got here?
I got Georgetown Will Bowen defense.
I think that's the other guy that is in that top category of defenders.
Monster. Archers need it. And then I completely forgot about Scott Ratcliffe retiring. So he's going to be able to play a little bit of both. So I had to change this last minute because I forgot about Ratcliffe retiring. So Will Bowen's a problem. Big problem.
That's true. Sam.
Will Bowen. Bring him on down.
Jeez, you guys have the same damn draft. Did you guys do this?
Don't tell him. Wait, Matt, who do you have? This is gonna get fun.
I'm being different with this one.
I'm super interested.
Yeah, who is it?
I went Brett Makar.
Wow.
Okay, that's the right answer. No, that's a good answer.
So I think this was, if Atlas do go Adler, I think Archers will be licking their chops to see Makar at 4.
Yes.
So again, I could totally see the two of them being swapped, but if he goes there at 4, I think they're taking him.
That's what's 100%. Crazy. It's like once one guy's taken it, like I don't know, like Will Bowen be taken at 3, I don't know, man.
Change everything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So many good defenders in this.
Yeah, I know. This is such a defensive draft. It's crazy. All right, so let's go to Chrome now. 5th pick, the first round. Sam, let's start with you.
So I have Gavin Adler here for the Chrome. But the Chrome was hard for a team to pick because they don't really have a lot of weaknesses.
Right.
Star defense middies. Defense is solid. Great goalie in Scanoni. And as we saw both in the championship series and last season, they're solid on offense in the midfield too. Like they just gel well together. So it was hard to like kind of pinpoint a gap. I also, I was going back and forth. I also like kind of had the theory that they might go Fogo here and take someone to back up Connor Farrell because I don't think anybody's backing him up right now.
I don't know if you can do that in the first round though.
That's kind of why I stayed away from it. Is because if anything, adding another good defender in Gavin Adler, I think that's a good pick. And it'll that's definitely a player this year. Like he's not going to be like
JT Giles Harris. Yikes.
Right, dude. That's a scary ass defense, man. I think. I mean, yeah, he is undersized, but I mean, Chrome play fast, so I think that'll add to their strategy overall. So
yeah. I went different here. I went Mr. Matt Campbell out of Villanova.
Ooh, lefty.
So he's pretty big midi. He's a lefty.
I hate that.
I think that Chrome are fine on the defensive side. Yeah, I could see them going defense here. Like you said, defense is solid. They have I think arguably the best defender in the league last year, JT Giles Harris. They had probably second best goalie in the league. Sure. But
that's fair.
I don't know. They do need midfield depth, but Matt Campbell's 2-point ability adds to that already explosive offense. I mean, your down low game is fine. So
you can't have 2 lefty shooters. It's unfair.
You can go straight lefty line.
It's true. It's true.
Talk about throwing a goalie off.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. So I think they're going Matt Campbell.
Wait, who's the third lefty? Sorry.
Mr. Wells, who do you like here?
I have Graham Bundy. Georgetown.
I love this pick.
I honestly have him for the same reasons you have Matt Campbell. I know it's kind of like a cop out, but
I mean, they're similar.
Yeah, offensive minded. I also tried to like kind of flow in who could help their team kind of get through the NLL period kind of thing. Somebody who can really like hold the team together, score some goals when the main guys aren't in there. But like you guys said, the Chrome, like they're kind of locked down everywhere. And I kind of felt like if this works, it really could work. And I don't think there's like a downside to this pick at all. I mean, what's the worst thing? You have a new shooter who can put it from 15 out. So
Yeah,
he's a bad man. He also can create very well on his own, like very well. So I think it's gonna work.
Talk about another great highlight tape is Graham Bundy.
Oh my god, dude!
Also, great name too.
Graham Bundy's a lacrosse name.
Yeah, such a good name.
Facts.
Although Bundy, not a
That's
last name.
Great thought.
Yeah, not great. Not
Not a
great.
last
Think
name.
about the NLL concept of it, because that was that like 4 games, right?
Yeah, I mean, Chrome or Chaos were like 0-5, 0-4. So
Yeah, that's gonna hurt every year from now.
something, until they change something to think about.
I'm gonna lead the next one off because I went in left field here, but I think it's gonna be a good pick. I went Mr. Thomas McInvey, probably butchering that last name, but another lefty.
You got to explain this one. I don't really get this pick.
Well, so this was very similar to what Sam was saying about Chrome. Is when you look at Whip Snakes, they're just their roster on paper. You're like, what the hell does this team need? Like attack, yeah, they lost Gutterding out of the box, but their attack's great. I mean, Zed Williams and Rambo, you're not going to get better than that. Yep. Midfield was like the only place where, again, you can always use midfield depth, but LSM, Shorty, they're good. They've got the best in the league.
Yep.
Goaltenders, obviously fine. Fogo's fine. Defense is, I could see them going defense maybe, but I don't know. I love this kid. His highlight tape, dude, he had 60 goals last year.
I mean, he's a menace, and I don't know. We've now realizing that injuries in a short season like this are, could be the difference in, your playoff ranks. So this could be. No, yeah, I like it.
But I don't know. It's definitely my bold pick of the first round.
Yeah.
But
I got a bold one too. So
I'm all right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Let's see if I can get it right. Lehigh, Mike Slisselberger. Slisselberger. I think this is all basically saying, is Nardella going to come back after an ACL as Nardella?
I was so close to going.
And if he does not, then this pick makes a lot of sense. I think we're just kind of assuming that he's going to come back and be the Nardella of old. But I mean, we saw, the Redwoods struggle with coming back from injury on faceoff guys. So I think they need this. I really think this is going to be big for them.
But I mean, even not even talking about how he comes back. I mean, he's not gonna. He just tore that shit a couple months ago. Like he's not gonna be. Yeah. You're probably looking at most of the season, if not all of it, without Nardella.
And in a sport where he basically wrestles for a living, ACL, like it's different.
Not probably every doctor's probably like, yeah, you can't do this anymore.
I will say I almost had the Archers taking him at 4.
There's a lot of face-off guys in this draft.
I had that initially. Dude, if there's a good face-off guy, you cannot pass them up. We saw that last season.
I thought about Archers too, but I'm like, they just drafted Nacio last year, so I don't see them doing that again.
Well, that's why I backed off of it, because I was like, what kind of confidence does that say about him?
Yeah,
exactly the Carson Wentz effect when they bring in the second string quarterback. Like, no, we're good on you. We just in case.
He's probably a little tougher than Wentz. Welcomes the competition, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Sam, what you got?
Thank you.
So he's a problem.
No, I have
you're gone.
Matt Campbell. I had the same thought, James, of taking Fogo, but I again defaulted to my earlier thought of like it's too early. I think Matt Campbell is a weapon on offense that they definitely need, and being a lefty is something that Whip Snakes, they're great at exploiting weaknesses in off or defenses, and like allowing Rambo and Zed to find just those awesome shooting angles. And I think adding Matt Campbell to that and being able to draw slide away from their core offense, I think it's a good add. But yeah, they do also need a Fogo, so I would not be surprised if they picked one up here.
I mean, how frustrated would you be if you had Rambo, Zed, Manny, all these guys, and you just can't get the ball? Like I just feel like as a coach that would like get me every single week. So we'll see.
It's a good point. Yeah,
we shall see.
I like it. All right, James, we're switching to you to your chaos picking at 7.
I'm actually very confident in this pick. I got Jack Myers, Ohio State. 6'3".
Why are you so confident?
Attackman. I'm so confident because I generally feel like the chaos coaching staff is thinking who can create when we don't have the NLL guys, and Jack is that guy. Jack can score on his own. He's big. Even if a slide comes, he can run through it. I mean, we don't need an off-ball guy for the first 6 weeks, man. I mean, seriously, that's the last thing we need. We need someone who can get the ball, go to the rack, and score. And Jack Myers is that guy. So,
I do like Jack Myers.
He's huge, big guy. What you guys got?
Well, chaos. I feel like I'm being so repetitive, but chaos are another team you look at on paper and you're like, this team is so good. But I do agree. I think Andy Towers is always looking for guys who can create, especially in that Canadian offense. But I think that based off of last year, they're a little uneasy on the defensive side. And also, I couldn't have Will Bowen slipping out of the first round, so I went with Will Bowen.
That would be fun.
Little later, but
that would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're still as confident in Jared Newman as they are now. And pairing someone like Will Bowen with Adler, or not Adler, Jack.
Ratliff, sorry.
No. Your defender. Why can I not think of his name?
Rowlett, sorry.
Rowlett, there we go. Pairing Will Bowen with Rowlett pairing Rowlett with any of these guys is horrifying, but
that's true. That's a double nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
You roll back from Rowlett and Bowen's coming.
I mean, I'm so torn because I think you guys, the only place you guys could use help is on the defensive side, but Andy Towers is such an offensive mindset. I could absolutely see them going attack.
Like sometimes they kind of play the Warriors thing. Like you'll put up 12, we'll put up 16.
So. And it works.
Yeah.
So I can't blame them for it. But this was mainly more of like, someone has to take Will Bowen in the first.
So I do like that pick because I always say the year that Blaze is off, which is inevitable, it's just kind of how goalies work. Like we're going to need a Bowen.
Yep.
Like you need a guy who's not going to give up shots. So Sam, who'd you go with?
This might be out of left field, but Owen Grant, Delaware.
Ooh.
Man is massive.
Yeah,
but he's also really good in transition and causes a lot of turnovers. And I think it's something Chaos needs for the reasons you guys kind of just said, and take some pressure off Blaze because he, I think he wants to see 20 shots because I think it's fun for Blaze, but at the same time, I don't think he wants to see 20 shots because like statistically, some of them are going in because these guys are the best shooters in the world. So yeah, I think Chaos focuses on defense first, and takes someone here depending on the order. But I think Owen Grant falls here, and I think what is he? 6'3", 230. So yeah,
it's huge.
He's fucking massive. So I think
if Chaos and Blaze get Owen Grant, that transition is going to be basically like the championship series.
Yeah.
That man is 6'3", but he's got wheels.
He can book it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Florida Gulf Coast.
I like that pick.
But I think that's what was playing into your guys' earlier conversation is like who creates. And I think he creates those offensive positions really well.
All right. Well, let's wrap up first round with my Water Dogs here, reigning champs. So we pick last. That's how that works.
That was so unnecessary. We're not going to go forward without saying that was we all know that.
People don't know how they pick the draft order.
So you do know how the draft works. That's crazy. You felt the need to do that. Anyway, Matt, who you got?
I think Water Dogs absolutely face off here. But if they don't, I like Graham Bundy.
What?
This is probably the pick I'm least feeling confident about because I think they're going to go face off, but with the way I had my draft, I think Graham Bundy's like Will Bowen. I'm like, this guy's not dropping out of the first round.
Bro, Paul Rabel is about to Chris Paul to the Lakers that draft. That is not happening.
That
is not happening.
Disgusting, but
that is so gross.
I think Water Dogs absolutely go into this draft thinking we're 100% taking a face-off guy in the first round. I had Sisselberger here before, but when Graham Bundy falls to 8, he's going to be
wow. I actually like the face-off pick here now.
Copeland is going to be his jobs. So
that's a good.
Graham Bundy with Zach Currier on that midfield line is going to be.
I got to be honest. Can we have one more year of like the team change if that happens?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Everybody gets one.
Everyone gets one. Okay.
Except Sam. But
perfect. And Brett.
So I don't know. I think so if Graham Bundy does get picked before this draft, I think they absolutely go face off. But I just cannot. I'm gonna be so mad if Graham Bundy is there at 8 and we take a face off guy. I'll be livid. I want that in writing.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Not when the season happens. You might be livid when it happens.
This is such a deep draft for face-off guys. Graham Bundy is a one-of-a-kind player.
Agreed, but like Sisselberger is possessions. He's literally Trevor Baptiste in college right now.
Yeah, but
he's literally dominating that.
We won the freaking league without a face-off guy.
I understand that, but that's also with like 4 or 5 one-win or 1-goal games, man. Those could be 3 or 4 with possessions.
Right, but he could also pull an Inacio and just be a detriment.
Yo, he wasn't that detriment.
He was good against mid-tier guys, but when he faced the Nardellas and the Colin Farrells,
I mean,
not too good.
That's like same basketball career. Anyway, Sam, go ahead.
I'm assuming you guys have face-off guys, so let's just...
No, I don't actually.
Wow, really? All right, Sam, go ahead.
Mike Sisselberger.
There we go.
For the Water Dogs, which is a fantastic pickup for them, I think.
I will not be mad if we get Sisselberger.
It's actually a really good pick.
I think it's a very good pick, and it, like you just said, I think their main focus is Fogo because they're pretty solid on offense. So I think just shoring up the ability to get the ball and dominate. I think it'll allow them to do another run at the championship. So yeah,
lock it in. Sam Analytics, Water Dogs championship.
Analytics.
Matt Campbell, Villanova.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I would love that pick too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm thinking about like him and Jack Hanna on the line together. That's an issue. that is the right to bear arms. That's crazy.
It's crazy that like some of these like second lines that we're seeing and stuff are starting lines. Like
yes.
On the expansion team.
This league is insane,
need to expand, dude. We need
we're gonna have the issue the NBA's had right now. We need 2 more teams. People are too good.
It's like Robin Thicke. I'm seeing blurred llines. We'll go to the second round. All right,
cut that.
That wraps up the first round of our mock draft. Who do we think? I mean, this is kind of a loaded question, but who do we think comes out as the winners in the first round, team wise?
Oh, team wise,
yeah, probably the
so
one.
Honestly, if the Water Dogs get a face-off guy, I think they win. Honestly,
that's fair.
I think that's bigger, as crazy as it sounds, than Hanley and Makar. Because one thing, just like we did last year, is like as good as people have been, rookies struggle in the playoffs. They always have. They always will. Yeah. There's no guarantee that Sam Hanley's going to come in putting up 4 goals every playoff game. Because remember, Sam Hanley's now going against the best athletes in the sport. He's no longer, big fish, little pond. So I think that. But if not, then yeah, Hanley Makar for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say Atlas, but yeah, I agree. I think Water Dogs by far the quote unquote biggest weakness was face-off. So if they do take a face-off guy, I think that makes them a pretty complete team, assuming they play to the caliber they did last year. But
right.
I don't know. I want to say Atlas. Like I feel like I have to say Atlas, but I'm like they didn't lose because of a lack of talent.
Facts.
100%. Well, unless you ask Sam, but
yeah, unless you ask Sam, right?
Yeah.
We still need pieces.
Yeah, I feel like I have to say Atlas, maybe Redwoods. I was gonna ask because do you actually think Dordovic will play attack, or do you think they'll run him through the box?
I think he will absolutely do both.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
I 100%, because you could obviously bring him in as that third, as a midi, but you could also have him be an attackman that's going to be a nightmare to match up with. So I mean, both sides, man. Because then if Tucker has a shorty up top, curtains.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Curtains. I mean, I've seen it like that's. I mean,
Damn, that would be a Connor Fields-esque problem.
Yes. So I think the other athletes for training. So
who do you think won first round? You can't say Atlas.
I mean, I'm kind of the same mind as you guys. Like, if the Water Dogs shore up their weakness, it's a bigger win than Atlas getting, the best attackman or best midi in the draft. Because we've seen, like, hey, we got the best attackman last year's draft. What did it give us? So I think Water Dogs win if they get Mike Sisselberger. I think that's the biggest goal. If they get Mike Sisselberger, like, that's the biggest win over all the other face-off guys.
You say Sisselberger 3 times fast?
No.
Just real quick.
Yikes.
You just try it.
It's gonna sound like snake jazz.
Right.
Matt, real quick. I totally forgot the Redwoods got Westberg.
Dude, I forgot already.
I totally forgot. So by that case, I genuinely think he will definitely play midi, because they could have a second line of Bertrands, Nakai, and Tucker, or Tucker, Jules, Miles.
What did you say?
Bertrand, Miles, like Jules. Like, I mean, dude, the combos are crazy.
Oh my God.
With Pinnell feeding everybody.
That's a lot of ankle breakers, dude. That's fun. That's fun.
Wow, I forgot they got Westberg.
Yeah, man. So like, they don't even really need him down there per se.
Oh my God.
But Rob Pinnell, Joe Robertson as well. I think Nakai's gonna have a big year. I think Miles has to shut up a lot of people. So also I wanted to kind of ask you guys about this. It's kind of hard in a draft to kind of dictate who's gonna have an off year. You guys know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the Redwoods were like, oh, we had Matt Cavanaugh on the other side. Like, he's going to be solid. And Matt had an atrocious year.
Yes.
It's just something you can't account for, but that can completely change your plan for drafting, So just something to think about.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was thinking about with the Redwoods too, was their goaltending. Like,
I was there too.
Troutner bounce back? Does he even get a chance with Homeboy playing so well at the end of last year? I always forget their backup's name. He's got a very common name. But yeah, Matt Cavanaugh.
Jack Kelly.
That's it. But yeah, Matt Cavanaugh. Like, again, if Redwoods can have the pieces bounce back, they're absolutely a top 3 team in the league.
Yeah, but just like you're saying though, how dumb are they going to feel if Jack Kelly or Troutner don't have a good year and they gave up?
Then they're a bottom 3 team.
Yikes.
Their goaltending was atrocious.
It was so bad. I didn't realize
they also scored 3 goals in a game last year.
Well, right.
Yeah. So obviously creating wasn't. And remember, they didn't have their face-off guy as well. So sessions. I just need to get this reported on the pod. Sam, if you guys get Sam Hanley, are you guys the favorite to win the championship?
Wow.
It's just a simple yes no.
I can't say no. Yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
It's kind of a hot take.
It is a hot take, but I wanted to get it on record so we can use it on TikTok.
I mean, but I would say yeah too. But the freaking Atlas have been the favorite every damn year,
right? And Sam said chemistry isn't the issue. Chemistry's not the issue.
It's a lack of talent.
It's a lack of talent. It's a lack of talent. Right?
Lack of talent. Chemistry's there.
Cowboys. You guys are the Cowboys.
Did Sam just admit it?
No, he hasn't admitted it yet. I told him that in the game too.
He's like,
dude, you guys gotta stop saying.
I think we're like the Eagles. I think we're more in the Eagles.
Like the band?
You haven't made a championship yet.
Wow, we're in our 2017 run, dude. Come on.
We're
about to start our 2017.
I wanted you to get that year wrong.
So did I. Man,
how?
I could be like, it was 2017.
I don't get that.
Well, you need a Carson Wentz then.
It's true.
Nope.
And you don't have that. Sam Hanley might be Carson Wentz. All right,
hot take. Matt Moore's LeBron James.
That's a hot take.
All right, round 2.
Let's move on to round 2. So we have a special guest joining us this draft, the Cannons, who arguably need this pick more than anybody in the world.
That is such a good joke. I hope that is.
Let's kick this off. So cannons are up, first pick of the second round. James, kick us off here. Who do you like?
Gavin Adler. Lock up that defense that was so bad last year. So
Anyone
bad.
doesn't have them taking a defensive player.
Like I
Coming from.
okay. Actually, wait, Sam. Who you haven't taken?
Chris Fake defense.
Good answer.
Notre Dame.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. He passed.
Chris Fake's a good defender.
Matthew.
Owen Grant.
Okay, so we're all. Owen Grant's gonna be good in the
love
PLL,
that.
man.
I love that.
He's gonna be
really good. And
Or the
the
Cannons
Cannons
after.
have
That's good.
really never had a great transition game.
True.
As much as our boy Jake Pulver can do, which he did have a 2-pointer last year, which was dope. But no, I think Owen Grant actually fits the Cannons' needs the best, just because I think he's behind Adler. Obviously, they're not going to get Adler, but well, according to my draft. So I think Owen Grant's the next best available in terms of transition, but his ball skills are still insane.
Matt, you know what's kind of crazy is the Cannons' best transition play last season was Asher to Lyle.
Yes. Oh, I don't doubt that.
Like the number transition play was an attackman who had to go over, play defense for the end of the game.
They don't have a transition game.
Asher's remember his 60-yard bomb?
Yes.
Yep.
Right before
Yeah.
halftime.
Yeah, right before after. Like
A
their
play
best
that does not
transition-
get talked about enough.
Dude, I don't care how many times they post it. I'll watch it 10 times.
Wasn't
It
it
is
under loaded high?
Dude,
Yes.
it's an underhand from 60 out on his stick.
Like
it is on his stick.
tape to tape. It was
Also,
money.
Lyle looks down like 15 yards out and throws it high and cashes it.
It
It's
was
such,
such
a
a
good
good
play.
play. Oh my god, it was so good.
After the double save for Morocco. Damn, that was cool.
Yeah, that's your unanimous 1 seed. But
Yes.
no, I think as long as this is a defensive player,
Yep.
it's gonna help. So I mean,
Yep, I'm good with that.
if Tim Sudan takes a midfield or attack, that fan base might fall apart. But we will see. All right, let's move on. Sam, kick us off. Redwoods, second pick of the second round. Who you got?
Jack Myers, Ohio State.
Love it. Why?
I think kind of in line with picking up Tucker. Like looking at their defense, Arden Cohen they picked up last year in the draft. Great on-ball defender. Garrett Apple, Eddie Glazner, Ryan Kennedy. Like I think their defense is there. They didn't have their Fogo guy last year, and the offense was slow. I don't think their defense was too terrible. So I think they shore up offense. Jack Myers is a great choice. And yeah, I think he'll just be another, addition to their midfield. I think what is he like 6'4", 210, something like that. Like he's massive. So
He's a big dude.
Pairing him up with Miles and all of them, I think that's a deadly combo. So
yeah, I like it. I'll go next. I had the same pick for the same reason. I do think that because they took Dordovic in the first round, I think they're going to go attack in the second round, because that does give them the option to run Dordovic through the box, which I think ideally is what they want to do. And yeah, I think, he's a smooth player. He creates opportunities. So I think pairing him with Tucker is going to be what they need to revamp that offense that was dead at times last year.
And I think it frees up Miles too, because Miles, he's a great facilitator, as we've seen in the past. So I think like when he goes to the goal, like he has to draw a slide. Like you can't not slide to him. So I think pairing him up with Jack Myers on the same line, sometimes it's a goal every time if they get a slide. Like it's just scary. It's scary, man.
I agree.
James?
He did backpedal a little bit. Kind of forgot. Tim Sudan's no longer the coach of the Cannons. It's Holman. So
That's right.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
right.
See? And then the CNN assistant coach, or head coach rather, Mickey Thompson, is now the assistant coach of the Cannons.
It's Holman's dad. You said right?
Yeah,
Marcus.
and then they got Holman, obviously.
That's right. Okay.
So just a FYI. So I got Chris Fake here.
Like it.
I did the whole Redwoods age on defense. I think they need to get a little bit younger. And I guess my hot take will be I don't think Jack Myers makes that in the first round. I think he gets pulled in the first round.
I could see
I'm not saying your picks are wrong, but that's not gonna happen.
So you're not saying our picks are wrong, but you're saying our picks are wrong.
But your second round is wrong.
Yes. I watched a lot of
That's crazy because I'm saying your picks are wrong.
Okay, well, you're biased. I got the Big Ten Network this year to watch Ohio State games, and I genuinely feel like he's like not talked about enough how dominant he is. Jack Myers, that is. But no, I think Fake is obviously very much PLL ready. I think he fits there. And if we look at, I think past midway through the season, I think the Redwoods gave up at least 11 goals every game. So I mean that stat alone, how much they gave up towards the end of the season, they need someone to lock it down. So.
Yeah,
and
they need to minimize
their goalies are TBD. Yes, so their goalies TBD. So I feel like that makes sense.
I like that. All right, we are unfortunately
Wow,
back
we
to
have
the
another
Atlas.
pick. Oh man,
Dude, that's crazy.
It's crazy to know that.
Yo, let him go. Let him go.
Go ahead, lead us off. What else do you guys need? Say nothing.
Cam Wires, Loyola.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker, 6'5", 220. Another good close defender. I think he's just adding depth that we need on defense. And being a turnover machine. So, or cause turnover machine. So, yeah, I'm going Cam Wires for our final pick.
Who'd you Oh, so you've got Atlas double dipping in the defender pool.
Double dipping in the defender pool, yeah. But like I said, like I think they pick up Cam here. I think it'd be dumb not to in terms of size and speed and stuff. So, but I think we're pretty good in SSDM, like with Danny Logan being number one. In the
I'd say you're good. There.
So yeah, I think just adding depth to our defense is the strategy.
Yo, let me go next.
Go ahead.
So I got Peyton. I don't know how to say his last name, but from Loyola, D-mid.
Yeah.
So from Sam's last point,
it's not talked about enough.
Dude, he is. So he has so many cost turnovers for a short stick. But I was actually gonna go Cam, but then I was remembering what Mark McNeil talked about on our pod when he was talking about the importance of short stick D-middies. So in a world where you can have Danny Logan and this kid, I mean, you almost have a bunch of polls. So I know you guys are locked down with him because he is that good, but like, why not add essentially another one? I mean, this kid 1 year had like 50 ground balls or something. I mean, he's a problem. So I think you guys kind of solidify the last tiny piece. I think that you guys might need. What you got, Matt?
That would be just unfair if they get this kid.
That defense is crazy
with Danny Logan.
Yeah. Who you got, Matt? Wow.
I'm going in left field.
No.
I'm going in left field. I think.
No.
I think this is it for Mr. Kincannon.
Dude,
I think this is it. I think we're gonna see Kincannon not finish the year as their starter. I think Mr. Garber is gonna get a chance here, and I think he's gonna win the job. It's a bold pick, but we have been talking about Kincannon being on the hot seat for coming up on 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
And at some point,
no defense.
You have to stop extending the leash. And I think this is that year. I think to everything we've talked about up to this point about Atlas are by far the best team on paper right now. If they get Sam Hanley and Brett Makar, Gavin Adler, whoever.
Sure.
The only thing you can look to is the goaltending, which has been questionable over the last 2 years. Mainly last year. 2 years ago, Kincannon was pretty damn good, but
yeah.
I think a goalie is going to absolutely get taken in the first 2 rounds. And the team that makes the most sense is Atlas, not as a starter, but as someone who can watch for a little bit. And when Kincannon has that game where he falls apart, It happens to every goalie, but it happens to him more. I think they're going to give Garber a chance.
Okay.
We will see.
Like it.
James, if they get this Peyton, I'm going to be so pissed.
My only thoughts are I feel like through the championship series, Drake Porter proved that he could not only back up Concannon, but he could be the starter. That's the only reason I don't think they'll take a goalie.
I thought about that, but so I agree. He was insanely good in the championship series, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the PLL. I do think it's harder to play goalie in the championship series, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate.
Right, but at the same token, Matt Garber hasn't seen PLL shots yet. Drake has.
Well, right. So I'm saying it's a risk either way, but
yeah, but they're not going to take it.
It's like when you bring in, that NFL team that brings in 2 or 3 quarterbacks for camp, and it's just like, who's going to win this job?
It's true, because
I don't think that Archers or Atlas know who their starting goalie is going to be as of now.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it's also tough because communication is so big, and Concannon's the best communicator, but he also has to turn and rake so much.
And I think all 3 have trade value right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Concannon's proven himself in the PLL sometimes. Like you said, Drake Porter proved himself championship series. Matt Garber, he's a rookie. So
right. I think what would be hard is like, let's say you put Matt in or Drake in, and you get like 5 to 6 goals on the doorstep, and you're kind of thinking to yourself, Concannon saves 2 of those, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
just a risk you take.
I get options. That. Yeah.
Right.
It's going to happen. But
I'm with you. Being on the other side.
I don't know. Again, it was one of those picks where I'm like, Atlas don't need anything else, and Concannon just pisses me off to watch. I mean, as
I get that.
Someone who hates Atlas, I love it.
Dude, I get that. Someone's pulled up from 16. I'm like, this is cash.
This is cash.
But then, like, if he's like round the crease, I'm like, he's probably gonna stop this.
Yep.
It makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. Wow.
So it's a bold pick, but that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, just because he has your name.
Let's move to Archer's 4th pick of the 2nd round. James, lead us off here.
I got Dylan Watson, G-Town. I think he's going to make a great off-ball guy. I don't know if you guys know this. So he transferred to Jacksonville this year, but my man had like 60 goals last year for Georgetown. He just sat in the wing and just cashed everything he saw. I saw him really high on 3 mock drafts, and I was like, I don't know who this kid is. And I looked up his highlight tape, and he ate the last 2 years at Georgetown. He's doing pretty well. He has 34 points for Jacksonville this year. But I think he's the wing casher that Will Manning was. I think he could kind of fill that role, not to the same degree, but same kind of position, off ball.
I like that.
So I think he and Matt Moore. Matt Moore's dodging on the side. Dylan's kind of like the one more, kind of like how Miles and I can't think of his name, Matt. He was at Duke, Deemer class. There we go. I was thinking like that.
What direction?
Well, that kind of tandem, like Miles dodge on the same side that Deemer is. So he steps right and it's one more over. So if you guys have some free time, definitely check out this kid's highlight tape. 62 points. 62 points at Georgetown last year. So,
holy crap.
Yeah, man. Yeah, monster.
Oh, God.
Who you got? Oh man, no
homer pick. Dude. Dyson Williams is a problem.
He's so good. He's so good.
I really just wanted this because I'm like, usually you have at least a few Duke players in here. This was the only one I had in the first 2 rounds, the only Blue Devil. So I was like, I gotta go with him. But I agree. I think to your point, Archers are starting to realize is like they have some major voids to fill. Yes, they're a deep team, but losing 2 of your starting attackmen is no bueno. And I think Dylan Watson, I could absolutely see, but I think they 100% go attack here.
Yeah. Also, both these guys are Canadian, so it makes sense.
I didn't know Dyson was actually Canadian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hill Academy.
Or I knew Dyson was. Sorry, I meant Dylan.
Yeah, I actually didn't know either until I looked. But like, you see some of his catches on the crease, and you're like, that looked a little indoorish. So.
Yeah, I think to your point, Archers are going to have guys creating opportunities.
Yeah.
And Dyson Williams is a guy who can finish when given opportunities. So I think he's a good fit.
It's hard, man, because if you're not on a team that kind of utilizes that third attackman as just a crease finisher, I mean, you won't make it in the league. I mean, you'll have to find somewhere that does. Other places kind of do like a 3 out, everyone can dodge, and some places do 2 dodgers and 1 kind of crease guy. So
It's going to be very. One thing I'm looking forward to this year is how defenses are going to approach Matt Moore.
Definitely differently.
Last year, I would hope differently.
We're gonna slide a little earlier, Matt Moore.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm thinking. So like they're gonna slide earlier to Matt Moore, which means if you have a guy like Dyson or Dylan, to backfill, he's gonna be wide open.
Right.
Because if not, Matt Moore is gonna rip that twine from about 30 yards out.
You know what they say? If you don't slide to Matt Moore, you're gonna have more Matt. You know, I heard people say that.
And that's all we have.
You get away with the blurred lines? That's crazy.
I mean, that was like a throwback. Come on.
That was clever. Sam, who you got?
I think mine is left field. In the way you guys are going on attack.
Stop saying left field.
All right, mine's right field. Pide La Sala, Fogo, UVA. I think.
What does that say about Inacio?
Means he's done.
I think they're moving on.
Wow, 1 year and go?
Maybe. Or maybe they bring it in to, like Matt was saying, compete and see who wins a spot. But I think
if you guys had the 1 year rule, Cannon would be gone.
Yeah, but we don't. So
no.
I don't know how to answer that. Like I mean, I think face off is more important and controlling the ball. And so I think they go face off here.
I guess that's a good take. Forget you haven't won a championship yet, so it's a different mentality.
Wow. Whoa.
Because everybody else in the panel has.
That's correct.
Last
Last 2 years.
Fair enough.
Sam's trophy.
Oh, I know it's fair enough. That's why I said it.
Dust on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I had PD LaSalle, I think, in our mock draft last year, and then he decided to return. But I mean, he's a great faceoff guy. There's no denying that. It'd be a great pick.
You know what? He could go early though. He could go first.
Well, I don't know. Sisselberger kind of jumped him, I think.
So remember though that LaSalle is an offensive threat. He's not just a Fogo.
Yeah, he's not a Fogo.
Like he generally could stay on and score goals. So like, I don't know, man. I think somebody might. I don't know.
I mean, he's dynamic. That's why I thought he would at least fall here. Like he's definitely
gonna get drafted. I kind of agree with James. You can't give up on Inacio after 1 year. You can't. Unless you're 100% convinced this kid is not gonna make it in the PLL, which I don't think they're ready to say. Because against mid-tier guys, he looked solid. So I think with another year under his belt,
which literally means he just has things to learn.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
like, and face-offs, you know, just like at high school and college, like it's going to be different at every level.
TD was not great his first year. So I mean,
yeah, he was good, not great. Exactly.
Yeah, he was good, but he wasn't an elite face-off guy. So I mean,
right.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think he might go early.
It would be wild if they draft a face-off guy.
I mean, if you're just Inacio, that's just like Homer Simpson back in the bush.
Join the player pool. All right, let's move on. James, lead us off with the Chrome at 5.
That's where I got Cam. That's where I got Cam.
That's where you have Cam.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Who'd you have them taken? Oh, Bundy. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Chrome with Cam Wires.
I feel like he and JT. I don't know. I mean, Cromer kind of getting up there with the Atlas, where I'm like, dude, I don't really know, but I feel like a guy like Cam, I think, but because of his size alone, he's going to be needed in the PLL somewhere, and so somebody's going to take him. So I feel like with the Chrome, why not? Because it might mean more turnovers. More turnovers mean you get to give that dynamic offense more possessions. So that's what I thought about it.
Samuel.
I have Thomas McConvey.
Okay.
Mid UVA.
I like that. Actually,
just adding another big lefty behind Wisnauskas is just dangerous. Like I not understanding how dangerous a lefty shooter is to most defenders. Like that's just a little exploit that obviously we saw Logan kind of exploit last year. So yeah, I think just having another weapon like that on offense, Chrome beefs up an already pretty good offense.
Pretty solid midfield core.
Yeah, tell me about it, Matthew.
I went a little different.
Oh.
I went John Geppert, LSM out of Maryland. Some of these Maryland guys, I don't like. I feel they're just not. It's. I mean, the entire Maryland team could be drafted in the first 2 rounds. I think.
Yes.
But
yes. Yes.
No, when I look at John Geppert, I think of he's a good fit for Chrome because again, like I think that's just one of the areas where they could use help. I could see them going midfield. I had them taking a defender in the first round, I think. No, I had them taking Matt Campbell. So I don't think they're going to double dip on offensive midfield.
Sure.
But I think they could use Geppert at straight defender or his natural position as an LSM. But I think they're just another team that didn't have great transition last year, and I think he helps with that.
I think that's why watching the draft is always so interesting because like then we get to like get eyes of like what the coaches are actually seeing. You know, because if they took an LSM here, like you're saying, like now I'm thinking like, okay, so like they really realized that transition was an issue last year, so they're trying to pick that up.
It was, yeah.
So
I think with their offense, if you can get, Scannoni's playing great in net, assuming he's going to do that again. If you can get the transition piece fixed and set up that offense before defense can set up,
yeah,
the wrap.
Also, Sam, just to note, if you look back on the first screen, just think about how hard this would have been if we did a real draft. Think about it.
Oh, like a combined draft?
Yeah, a combined draft. Like, are you like?
It would have been impossible.
I would have been yelling. Like, I would have been screaming. Like, I don't even know.
If I had gone third, like you guys have Adler. Well, he had him in later in the first, but like that throws off your second round now.
Exactly.
Which it happened last year.
Yeah, that threw me off completely.
What was it like? Pick 3? Yeah, because it was Chris Gray, Matt Moore, and then I had the Redwoods taking a defender.
Yeah, you had him taking like a guy who we didn't know if it was going to stay or go. It might have been like Fake or Bowen. Like I don't think we knew if they were going to come back yet. Yeah.
No, he was a guy that got drafted. Arden Cohen, that's who it was.
Cohen, that's right.
Because you had them taking someone else.
As soon as you said Cohen, I had like 16 tabs open. I was like, who? Lacrosse players that need to get drafted. But anyway, go back to the second round. I was just noting that for Sam, like why we changed it because it would have been.
Oh, it was so hard,
dude. It was so difficult.
It was really hard, but it'd be fun to try again.
Oh, absolutely. We might do it. We might do it.
All right, 3 picks left. This is so I think like from Archers down, this is where it got tough because it's like you can just go in so many different directions here.
Yep, I don't think any of us are gonna have the same for these 3.
No chance. I'd be shocked.
Sam, go ahead. Get your whip snakes pick in there.
Oh, sure. I think with Peter LaSala falling to Archers, I think Zach Cole is picked up by Whip Snakes.
Another good face-off guy.
Crazy numbers.
Yes, but like I said, I think it can flip flop. I see that happening. So not shocked if Petey falls here or however.
That's a bit.
Joe's getting a little shout out.
Yeah, I mean they played Duke strong this year, man.
Well, Air Force usually does too. So
that's
we beat him this year.
February,
we beat him this year.
It's not the same thing. Wait till High Point. High Point's when you know it's going down.
But yeah, I think Nardella's injury, big if. So Whip Snakes, kind of play the safety card and take a photo here.
I like it.
Wow. Also, Duke UVA was maybe game of the year so far in college. If you guys didn't see it.
I mean, we could do a whole nother episode on that game.
Facts. Like that was unbelievable.
I'll go next. I've got another face-off guy. I think Sisselberger.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I really, it hurt me to drop him this far. I don't think he's going to, but this is another one of if he's there at this pick, there's no chance Whip Snakes go past him.
It's crazy you guys were thinking the same thing right here. That's kind of interesting.
Well, it wasn't the same player. I mean,
but the same reason.
Matt tried to separate himself.
I'm type B, so it's
no, you're
no, I think if the Whip Snakes are going to go into this draft with a plan of like, we don't want to take a face-off guy.
Yeah.
But they have to.
But they're going to right.
So I think if Sisselberger drops here, they're like, we got to take him.
We got to take him.
Yeah. So
we're going to feel stupid if we don't.
Yeah. James, who you got?
I got Peyton.
Love Peyton picks.
I do. I do.
Shout out
No, easy now. Shout out Peyton Manning.
No, dude, I think he's actually a really good fit for the Whips. And something I kind of thought about as I was doing kind of like the pick above this and down is like, it's kind of like the injury thing. Like if Zed or Rambo go down, which we saw, like there was a huge drop in offensive production. And I feel like we need to play the realities of like, it's going to happen at some point. So I feel like he can fill a spot or just, I mean, he's definitely going to be a man up guy as well because of his finishing ability, but I think they need to really plan for the future. So I feel like he kind of fills that spot, but no,
like
Peyton for show.
Like
Some of the best hands in college, I would say he and Dyson have the best hands in college. So
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I like that. God, that attack line is going to be stupid.
Silly.
They kept Keegan Khan, kid from Maryland last year.
Yep, they still have him.
I thought they did.
But like that's another thing we could do a whole another episode on is like who are those first year guys that are going to make huge steps second year?
I know.
You know,
well, that's a good point.
So we could do that. Because there's a lot of them.
It's a good episode. Good episode subject. I like it.
Because like how many years has Bertrand been in? I mean, he took a huge jump. Was that year 2?
This was his second, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he night and day.
That was probably the biggest of
For
any.
sure. I mean, Nakai took his jump too later on in the season.
Yeah, he did. So I like that. All right, let's wrap this up. Last 2 picks, some homer picks here. James, your chaos, you went attack in the first round.
Whoa,
you got in the second round.
Yeah, so I went Dyson Williams.
I hate that.
For the pure fact that it works.
It does.
He works. He's Canadian. He's a crazy finisher. And this kind of goes back to the offense of Dyson and Jack is going to be the offense until we get our boys back. Like this could be that gap. Like this could be that production gap. So
yeah. I know. I always forget how affected you guys get with NLL.
I mean, we're talking 5 games out of starting attack. So
yeah.
That's why I went both of those picks. And like you said, I feel like our coach is very much like we can figure out the attack and figure out defense later. So I think Dyson just fits. I mean, I loved what Tower said last year when he was like, he's a Canadian. So that's why we want him.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say, right? He's like, dude, it fits. So next,
Canadian.
I'm curious who you guys went with.
Damn, I probably should have taken the NLL more into consideration, but I think you guys go face off.
Same here.
I think
that would be a money pick.
I think face-offs go cheap late in the second round. I don't know. Adler was just so inconsistent last year. Like he looked great, then he looked dicey, but
it was hard because at the end he started to look good again. So it's
hard for me to really well against the.
I know, and that's what made this tough. So I could see them going attack or just offensive side of the ball, but this is another one. Like Petey LaSalle is, I think, right below Sisselberger in my ranking. So
they also could go like Bundy. They also could go Graham Bundy. Okay. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud.
If he's,
but I actually like the
LaSalle second round. No chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant for the first pick.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No chance he's gonna. I don't know.
But like you said, LaSalle is not a Fogo. He's an offensive threat. So I think that might even put him above Sisselberger in some teams' rankings. So I think if LaSalle is there at 7 in the second round.
But like if you have, Kobe on the wing, Petey LaSalle's come down. He is no longer an offensive threat. I mean, it's a different world now.
That's true. That's fair to say.
Because that's chicken strips to go. So shout out to Stix.
I had Connor Mahar or Mayer.
Mar.
This kid's weird impressive, man. He has like a crazy stat line.
And the same reason, same thought track from earlier, the transition game, the creativity. I think Chaos stick to shoring up defense and they go with Connor here. So I think it's all about pace play with the Chaos right now. Like, I wasn't thinking of the NLL, James, like, to be honest, never crossed my mind to like that.
Sure.
I think teams would draft kind of in that strategy, but it does make sense, especially with, I think the uncertainty of like maybe Chaos have them first of the season, maybe they're go to the championship again. So That's a great point, and definitely might shake up the draft. But yeah, I think they.
I think it is. I agree 100%, Sam, that making this draft, I did not take the NLL into consideration. But when you look at last year, like how much Chaos struggled early because of that, it's like, yes, majority of the league makes the playoffs, but you can make your playoff run so much easier than what the Chaos had to do last year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you can win 3 or 4 of those 5 games.
Which again, we won't need Blaze to put up 26.
Exactly.
You know?
It takes
Like,
pressure
all
off of
those
everybody.
Yeah.
It's also tough because Connor's such a solid, short stick D midi, but we're kind of seeing in the PLL that if you're an offensive player who basically, I don't know, you have players who are better than you on their team, they kind of just been moving them to defense because of the transition game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perkovic, Nakai, like those kind of guys. Like, so it's gonna be interesting to see who actually takes Connor. He's a beast.
Yeah, the Chaos draft's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm very.
For sure.
I do
Because-
think they're gonna take that into consideration.
I mean, I feel like it's low risk, high reward. Like, let's say they play okay in the beginning of the season, but like there's also a chance that somebody gets hurt in the NLL playoffs. We don't have somebody for that. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen, and I feel like us just going like, oh yeah, when the NLL guys come back, we'll be fine. That's not a good way to go about business. It's just not. So,
Do you
gonna be
think
interesting.
Chaos has the most important draft this year, or
no.
I would argue they might.
Honestly, I don't, only because we have a lot of tenure and we had a lot of guys who've gone deep in the playoffs.
I think Redwoods.
Yeah, I think, dude, the
One of the
Redwoods have
Redwoods.
a lot of pressure. I think their coach is on the hottest of seats.
Saint Laurent is absolutely on the hot seat.
Like the hottest of seats. So,
Yeah.
Luckily, they got 2 second round or 2 number 2 picks.
yeah, but as we've seen, rosters only do so much. Anyway.
I mean, and going back and listening to other podcasts where they made their like preseason predictions, dude, everybody had Redwoods at least in the championship.
Because they had every piece.
I
They
know.
had everything.
And everybody is like, that is the one team even more than Atlas of how the hell has this team not won a championship yet?
But then, like, sometimes I've gone back and watched games and they put the Archers roster up, and I'm like, these guys haven't won,
That's true.
Because the Archers have a absolutely silly roster the last 2 years, especially
Their offense is
man. I mean,
disgusting.
midfielder, yeah. So I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Let's wrap up this second round. I guess I'll kick this off my team,
You got
I got a face-off guy because
huh.
I have them taking Bundy first round.
Yeah.
I think they absolutely take a face-off. Like you guys said, it's quote unquote the biggest weakness on the team. I love Zach Cole. His highlight tape is just stupid. What he can do, not just like the initial, clinch, but like, just the way he's like literally wrestling on the field. It's just crazy to watch.
He like gooses the ball between his legs onto people. Like, he's nuts.
Insane. So I think, I mean, the Water Dogs have really never had a top tier face-off guy since they've been a team. They really haven't. And if they can get that, like, imagine this team with more possessions. Significantly more possessions.
I don't think it's a good pick, but that's a good idea.
That's fair. Let's go to you.
I got Zach Cole, St. Joe's.
Wow, I hate you so much. Damn,
that's
crazy.
I think this is.
I was getting ready.
I know. I saw you. He moved it halfway. He was like, "It's." Oh.
Could have had Sam Hanley, and I was gonna dice this kid.
You see, this is a stupid pick. All the reasons Matt just said, man. I think this pick makes so much sense, and this is one of the picks I'm very confident in. I really think they'll go face off Zach Cole here. So, who does Sam have?
Who'd you have him taking first round? Oh, Sisselberger.
So they already shored up their face off for me, and I see them changing focus to defense or like an LSM position because they picked up Caraway in free agency. So I think shoring it up there with Caraway, who's an awesome attackman, which I'm a little biased because he was on Atlas, but like, he's dangerous, scary good. So I think they go Ethan Raw, from Rutgers, who is, he's a dog on defense.
Rutgers defense is tough.
Yeah.
Super tough.
So I think, he's quick, causes turnovers, and I think he fits the transition game, which is something Water Dogs, could benefit
It's
from.
true. It's true. It's actually a good pick, Sam. It's a good pick. I like that.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I think that's solid. That'll be better than Mass pick for sure.
That's fair. But, yeah, the Caraway pick is or the addition is good because again, this only happened a few months ago, but I've already forgotten that Ryan Brown retired.
Right.
Wow, I did too. Damn.
We also have to put like 5 or 6 asterisks on guys who they could have one more year if their team doesn't go far in the playoffs. They could take it, or a lot of kids are taking advantage of the 5th year and getting their grad degrees.
That's like my only complaint about like online research is like I wish there was a single source of truth or something.
There was one list that had an asterisk next to every. Oh my god. That had an asterisk next to guys who were like TBD on 5th year.
Yeah,
so that because you guys know Campbell's might not come out. Campbell might not come out. Yeah, he's like a big one that a lot of people think he might go back. So
apparently, I think I saw the same one, James, because like Kyle Long at Maryland, like he plays on the football team. So he's
so he's not going to be playing.
Yeah. Or I don't really know a lot about Trevor Yeboah, but apparently he's going back for football too, is what I saw.
Wait, hold up. Do they get Pat Spencer this year?
Who
is he playing?
Football?
No, Pat Spencer, dude. Remember he
or basketball? Not. Football.
Yeah. He went and played for the Warriors. Is he from
I thought he was on their G League team.
Yeah, I know. But
you mean to the actual Warriors?
No, I mean to the PL, because at some point he said he was thinking about playing the PLL as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That would certainly change things up a little bit.
Yeah. Right?
I know we're done, but I also wouldn't be shocked if Redwoods take Kavanaugh from Notre Dame. Because I know they just traded away his brother, but the man's scrappy, dude.
There's always a Kavanaugh scrapping for a ground ball somewhere. Just like there's always a Plumlee grabbing a rebound. Always.
No, not anymore.
Are they still in the league? There's still one in the league.
I know Mason is. Yeah, Mason.
Yeah, there's one on the Clippers. Yeah. They're playing tonight. They're playing Lakers tonight for a playoff spot.
This is a pretty solid draft. This was much easier to do our own, I will say, obviously. But we had pretty similar drafts, I think, overall.
Yeah, at least like mindsets as to why.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the date of the draft? Sorry.
No, it's a good segue because I do want to talk about the absolute dumpster fire that is the PLL's website.
Sure.
In case you guys are wondering, their website is still showing the draft info for last year's draft. And the draft is 4 weeks away.
I'm sending Joe an email tonight.
Yeah. Can we get Joe Keegs on the line to see who is supposed to be updating this website?
Because
love the PLL, hate your website.
Come on the pod. Can't wait.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's find out who runs the site, get him on here and just trash him for an hour.
No, that guy's, we already have Sam for that.
Yeah, do not go to the PLL website for any draft info because it has everything for last year's draft.
But if you want some good draft info, start here. If you guys want rounds 3 and 4, we will definitely do it. Absolutely.
We're gonna have to at some point.
Can we go back to the old one?
No.
3 and 4?
Well, we can't now. Because whose draft would we use?
Mine. The single source of truth.
I love that was like an obvious mine.
That's
I think mine's most accurate, but
I think of course, I would hope so. It's your draft.
It's true.
No, statistically, most accurate.
Samalytics. Wow. No,
we're definitely going to do rounds 3 and 4 at some point. We have to.
I'm going to peep John and Ethan's. I think those are the only 2 guys who I haven't seen any tape on.
Oh, I'm definitely watching some highlight tapes right after this.
Yeah, for sure.
Gets me pumped for the draft.
Yes. I'm going to do that. Word.
So let us know in the comments what picks you like, which ones you don't, mainly Sam's. And we will do rounds 3 and 4 at a later date, hopefully.
Sounds good.
Until then, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
All right. Don't 3-putt.